The South African economy is being destroyed little by little every single day. Businesses close down, people lose their jobs, all while the cost of living increases. And now, once again, it is the school children of this country who have to pay the price for failed economic policies of a government that simply continues to destroy everything it touches. Brace yourself, because the effects of all of this will be directly felt by every South African family. The daily business closures, the rising cost of living, and the endless job losses since the tariffs imposed by Donald Trump, the consequences of these shutdowns are no longer confined to factory floors or office parks. They are now reaching South African classrooms. Because as businesses close, tax revenue dries up, and when tax revenue dries up, even a corrupt government like the one running this country into the ground starts to cut costs. Not from its luxury ministries or bloated departments, but from the very educational institutions that build our nation's future. Since the US tariffs have kicked in at the start of August, more than 4 businesses have been liquidated in South Africa on every single day. In fact, according to the latest data from Statistics South Africa, more than 1,000 businesses were forced to close their doors during the first 8 months of this year alone. In the third quarter of 2025, during which the US tariffs started kicking in, liquidations were 8% higher than during the same period a year ago. The industries that have been affected the most by these shutdowns and liquidations are the finance, insurance, real estate and business service sectors, as well as trade and catering industries. This comes as a little surprise in an economy that has exhibited virtually no net growth over the past 5 years. One of the reasons this hurts particularly badly is that these industries constitute some of the biggest employers for middle-class South Africans in particular. According to the data from the Companies and Intellectual Property Commission, the average firm size in these sectors are around 30 full-time employees. This, of course, means that over 31,000 jobs have been lost this year alone as a result of businesses shutting down. These are mostly middle-income jobs lost by families who have mortgages to pay and who would, in all likelihood, lose their homes if they cannot find alternative employment quite rapidly. And estimates indeed show that the number of home loans that have fallen into serious delinquency has risen to almost 8% in the second quarter of 2025, which is more than double the historic average. This means that no less than 140,000 families in South Africa are now at serious risk of losing their homes due to falling behind on their mortgages, mostly due to unemployment. But the just over 30 to 35,000 middle-income jobs lost this year as a result of business closures is just the tip of the iceberg. Because of the stagnating economy, formal employment in this country fell by 230 jobs between July of last year and July of this year in 2025. The vast majority of these lower income unskilled jobs that are shed as a result of not only businesses closing down but also retrenching jobs because of the dire state of the current South African economy is forcing them to scale down. Bear in mind that during the same period, Stats SA estimated that the country's working age population grew by almost 500,000 people. Of course, this massive rise in unemployment means two things: a radical increase in poverty and an ever-increasing burden on the already strained South African middle-class taxpayer. Of course, one of the downsides to an economy that fails to grow and increasing unemployment is, obviously, less tax revenue, which means that despite the increasing burden on taxpayers, the government's actual income continues to shrink as a result. In response, the government has chosen to not cut political waste or bloated departments or corruption, but instead to slash public spending on education of all places. The recently announced budget cuts to Model C schools in Gauteng and other provinces are a direct consequence of collapsing tax revenue. These schools, which serve as the backbone of middle-class education and produce some of the country's best academic outcomes, will now receive only a third of the government funding they did before, down from over 800 rands to about 300 rands per child. What this means is that these middle-income public schools will be forced to scale down staff, increase fees or cut programs to survive, all while school fees are skyrocketing to make up for the extra costs. The economic chain reaction we see at play is very clear here. The destruction of the economy under Ramaphosa's government triggers business closures. Closures cause job losses. These job losses erode the taxpayer base, and a weaker taxpayer base forces budget cuts. And those cuts hit ordinary South Africans where it hurts the most: their children's education. The 1,035 South African businesses that have been forced to close this year alone are not just numbers on a spreadsheet. Each one represents a local industry serving as the backbone of a neighborhood's livelihood, a family-run company or a community employer, and with it, thousands of paychecks that simply no longer exist. The ripple effect stretches far beyond boardrooms. Every shattered business means fewer wages spent on local shops and fewer meals on the table for the families. And now, the effects are being felt in our classrooms. While funding to Model C public schools slashed to a third of previous levels, these institutions, long the backbone of South Africa's middle-class education, are being forced to retrench teachers, cut subjects, and increase fees just to survive. Young, up-and-coming teachers now face the prospect of extended unemployment, and families already struggling to survive their mortgages now additionally face the daunting prospect of being forced to pull their children from once affordable schools. Moreover, these schools face the prospect of larger classrooms, which means less individualized attention to each child and fewer opportunities for those extracurricular activities that are so essential to childhood development. The destruction of our economy and the destruction of this country's education system lies squarely at the feet not only of Ramaphosa and the ANC, but also the other political parties who make up the Government of National Unity. Check out our recent video on how the GNU is now doing very little but merely slowing down the inevitable fall of the ANC. Simply click on this link appearing on your screen right here, and support our work by becoming a paid member of the Willem Petzer Group. Without your support, we cannot make these videos to change the hearts and minds of people. Simply follow the steps on the bottom of your screen. Goodbye and God bless.